Welcome back. Welcome back to our channel and back to the tutorial for machine learning. Today we're going to continue the topic called clustering and types of clustering in machine learning. So this is a topic where it's common, where we can say common for data mining also. Please kindly subscribe to the channel and see the continuity. And when you have doubt, you can chat in the comment box. Let's cover session today. So we have now what is clustering here. So clustering means what? You can say simply it's a group of data points, or we can say identify the object, similar objects. You can say simply identify the similar object. Let's say example, I have one round. In the round, I have a rectangle and a square. So I can make a cluster group like the data set like that. Square in the one place. Where in the cluster, I can form a cluster there. I can keep the square, and another cluster I can make all the rectangles like that. So we can understand easily here. Example, one more you can real time example can say when you go for grocery shopping, what happen? You can easily differentiate between the apple and orange. How can I identify? Because you know this object, how the two objects look like. The color, apple means it be somewhat red color, and orange means somewhat color, and texture and size and so on. So like that, we can make clustering very easily based on the data set. And now why clustering? Why clustering is so important? Because it always performs the determination of the grouping among unlabeled data set. That's it here. Moreover, there is no standard criteria here. More, let's say one more example. You can say find the homogeneous groups, where you can say one can find the representative through data reduction and describe their suitable property here. Moreover, any unusual data objects is there also with the help of outline reduction. You can find it here. So many real-world applications available with the help of clustering only. Let's say example of fraud detection in insurance and categorizing books in the library and customer segmentation marketing and so on like that. So many things begin the help of clustering. So clustering means what? Identify the group of objects, similar objects only. That is the use of clustering here. Now next is types of clustering. There are 5 types of clustering methods here. One is called partitioning, another called density based, another one distribution model based, and another one called hierarchical atlas facilitating. Now first one, partition clustering. So here what you can say, here the data, okay, data set are what you can say simply we can say here data set clustered into group of data, set of groups here. So moreover here we can you can explain the clustering with the help of the term called K. Once again, I'm using this. Yeah, I'm using the point. Sorry. You can use so let's say use find option here. Yeah, let's say example K. So K is the one we are using here mostly. So when the what you can say here the data set or cluster data set cluster into set of groups where we are using the K value. K means nothing here. That means we are going to define the predetermine the K of the value. So let's say example K means cluster only. K is equal to 3. That means what? K is equal to 3 in the means we can make the cluster into 3 groups. K is equal to 4 means 4 groups you can divide. That's the thing we have to remember about the partitioning clustering here. So centroid based, moreover which approach you are following, we are going to follow the centroid based method where we are using the symbol called plus, remember. So centroid based method we are using the plus method, plus method when you go for the partitioning clustering here. Next one is the next is the density based clustering. Say here this is an example of you can see about the partition clustering density, but here it always connects the higher dense areas into the cluster here. Moreover, here the algorithm does it by identifying different clusters in data set and connects the areas with high densities to the cluster. It's look like here only. So density based cluster where you can say like this, look like this only. So when I go real time in upcoming session, definitely I explain some algorithm which based on the density also. Let's go for another one. Here distribution model based clustering. Here in this method what happens means the data is divided based on the probability of how a data set belongs to a particular distribution. Here what you can means, here we can say some distribution commonly as Gaussian distribution. So here the example of this is the what exploitation maximization clustering algorithm that uses the Gaussian mixer models. This is the example diagram where we can get idea about the distribution model based clustering. Remember, so these also so many things there. Upcoming session definitely I'll look out some of the example Gaussian distribution and go for next one. So you have to get idea about this one. Hierarchical clustering. So is the one of the simplest one where you can say cluster consists of another cluster. So here this is one structure cluster is there, another cluster is there, another cluster consists of another cluster. Or you can say this form only. What you can observe here means here so here set of nesting clustering, you can say set of nesting clustering, and here these are organized by representation that is called dendrogram. So remember here the most common example of this method is the agglomerative hierarchical algorithm, where you can see in this text only. So very important and simple one is look like a tree structure only. Remember hierarchical clustering. Then next. Fuzzy clustering. So it's a type of soft method in which a data object may belong to the more than one group or cluster. Here, remember very simple thing. Here, it always come with the membership weight. Remember, membership weight between 0 and 1. So here, remember the thing here. It all fuzzy set means you have idea. So 0 and 1, 0, 1. The value should be 0 and 1 only. Remember. So here, every object should be should have a membership weight between 0 and 1, and here cluster are easily separated. Here cluster are treated by fuzzy set only. Remember here, let's say example fuzzy C means algorithm. So example of this type of cluster here, this sometimes also known as the fuzzy K means algorithm. So this look like this also upcoming session definitely will see. So these are the information about the clustering types of clustering here in data mining, as well as applicable for machine learning also. If you have any queries or suggestions, please kindly communicate with the social media what I given shown here. And thank you for watching the video. Thank you.